guys, it's Cauliflower, and today I am finally answering your questions. So I recently just did a collaboration with Nikki Murphy, and we did a giveaway, which both now have ended. Nikki's ended, I think, a couple of days ago, and mine is going to be announced on Monday, so this video should be up before then, if not by Monday, but it is officially over by Monday, midnight on Monday, or so have you. So I'm probably going to schedule a giveaway video as far as the winner on Tuesday. I think that's the way it's going to go. I just like to give people a little bit more time than normal, but any old way. So one of the things that I had said on my video to enter my giveaway was to leave a Q&A question, and you guys came out in droves. I was so shocked that you guys had so many questions, and I already did a video on one very popular question, which was why did I start YouTube and how did I start YouTube? And if you haven't seen that video, I will link it somewhere in the cards or what have you, or below, depending on which way I figure it out first. Anyway, so today we're going to go and look at the rest of these Q&A questions. Now, mind you, there's a lot of questions here, people. Y'all went deep. That's what I'm going to say. Y'all went deep. So I'm going to answer the questions that most caught my attention and ones that I thought were, you know, just really interesting enough for me to answer. So I'm going to say who these questions are from. I'm going to try and do it as many as I can. And if I don't get to your question, don't feel like I snubbed you or anything like that. It's just there's a lot of questions here, guys, and I want to be able to answer them. And some of them are repeat ones. Okay, so let's see. We've got a question from... Let's see. All right, I have to do this because she wrote a whole entire book here. This question is from Katie Bright. She says... My question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, lovely Katie. Well, that's funny. I'm not one of those people that likes to plan or look for the future type of a thing. I'm one of those girls that, you know, I keep my options open. Anything can happen. My only hope is that in 5 years I still have good health, that everybody that I love has good health, and that they're in good standing with their lives. That's all I can really ask for as far as future, you know, aspirations are concerned. I really can't say much about like where I'll be or what I'll be doing. I'll probably be doing the same things, maybe a little bit different, you know, branching out. But I don't really like to comment too much about like future things happening, because you never know. So my only hope is that people that I love are happy and healthy, and that I am happy and healthy, and that we all are happy and healthy together. Okay, I'm gonna move on. All right, so, oh, here's a good one. This is from Terry Lee, Nifty and Thrifty. She says, in addition to me and Nikki being awesome, and thank you for saying that. I'm like, thank you for saying that. She says, my question to you would be, how did you choose your channel name? That was I said this in so many different videos, but I chose my channel name based upon the fact that my handle's name is normally Choly. It used to be Choly, you know, so many different things on AOL, Yahoo. I'm dating myself. But Choly is short for melancholy. Melancholy is basically a term, obviously, if you're kind of just not exactly happy, but you're not exactly sad. You're kind of just sitting back, chill. I kind of see myself that way. It also came from the album Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness, which was by Smashing Pumpkins, is by Smashing Pumpkins. So I took the Choly from there, and of course I was doing a beauty-related channel, so what else is related to beauty but flowers? And for some reason, cauliflower sounded good together, even though a lot of people think it's the vegetable. Yeah, there's that. Anyway, moving on. Okay. The next question is from Inez Vieira. She says, if you could have anything right now, what would you want? Thanks so much. If I could have anything right now, oh man. Well, outside of, you know, having maybe hitting the lottery right now, if I could have anything right now, I would like to be able to house my best friend who's going through some really, you know, hard times with his housing situation, and, you know, that's been a big thing. So I would try to, I would get a house for him like right now. I would have it all set up, and I would have it to the point where, you know, he didn't have to worry about it, and he could be fine and happy and everything is good. So that's what I would ask for right now. Okay, my next question is, there's a lot of questions about makeup and makeup related stuff. So a lot of it is about drugstore makeup and things like that. Again, I can do a separate video. I think I've talked about makeup as far as my favorites are concerned. I talk about it a lot on my recently hauled favorites or my monthly favorites or that kind of a thing. But I get the same question. So Annalise, she says, what is your favorite high-end and drugstore makeup brand? That's hard to say these days because makeup brands, they're so interchangeable that they're always doing something, either a good thing or a bad thing. So if you say you like one company, I don't want to be strapped down to saying that's it, you know, just like everything is better with this company and nothing else. But if I were to say right now, my favorite drugstore brand right now would have to be Essence Beauty. I love everything they have put out. I mean, I have said in several videos, I love their eyeshadows, especially the single ones. Mascaras, I love their blushes, I love their highlighter, I love their finishing powder. I even have their foundation, I really like that. So I would say right now, Essence would be my first as far as drugstore is concerned. I mean, Maybelline was always my favorite, but they kind of changed things. And since I've been shopping more at Ulta, I've been kind of getting into more of Essence, Makeup Revolution, Catrice, that kind of a thing, so I would go with that. But Essence would be my favorite drugstore brand right now. And favorite high-end, that's difficult. Again, I don't like to hone in on one company. I'm a very big fan of Tarte, very big fan of Too Faced, not so much recently. Tarte would probably be it. I think I would say Tarte for high-end. There's so many out there that I really like, but I would say Tarte. Okay. My next question is from Hey, It's Tammy, and she says, what is your motivation to keep going on even if you are the least motivated? That is the most fantastic question for me, especially now, because I find myself at a juxtaposition sometimes where I really want to film, but I'm not really motivated to do so. And sometimes it takes me watching you guys, like it'll take me watching my friends, it'll take me watching just like other YouTubers that I admire, and I'll get some ideas or I'll get the juices flowing that way. Sometimes it just takes me to be, you know, not thinking about it, and all of a sudden an idea comes to my head. You know, some days I feel like I just have to push myself just to do normal things, and that's not because of YouTube or anything like that. It's just, you know, just a daily thing with me, especially recently. And so therefore it's like, it depends. I like to, like, you know, try to get myself going. So it's kind of distraction that kind of causes me to be more motivated than least motivated. So I would say that. Okay. Another question. I'm getting a lot of these too, guys. You guys really want to know about this. This is from Mac Starlight 12. She says, we all know there are YouTube bullies. How do you handle it? Yes, we do know there are YouTube bullies, and I have come across many in my last several years. And as far as trying to bully is concerned, you really either do one of two things. I'm one of those people that likes to expose them for who they are and what they are. And the other thing is that if it's a consistent thing or something that tends to be a little bit more of like a trolling more than a bullying, because bullying is different than trolling. Trolling is just people that get on your comments and they say the most outrageous things to try to shock your subscribers or your viewers into believing stuff, or they make up lies about you. And bullying is just being really mean. And I haven't really come across a lot of really mean people, although I've had my share, you know, of, you know, both. But mainly I would say that ignoring them is probably the best thing. Blocking is a wonderful technique. You really have to get used to doing that. There are times I feel like I don't want to block people because that's kind of censorship, but at the same time, I don't want to have to see certain things consistently come back where my viewers are dealing with it, where they're asking questions like, why are they saying these things about you? So it's kind of a catch-22, but I would probably say that blocking, ignoring, and at some point, if you feel strong enough to do so, exposing. So that's how I handle it. Okay. Let's see. We have... Okay. from MJ Kitty. Wow, these are really legit. You guys went serious on me. How difficult has it been for you to raise a child and be a YouTuber? I ask this because I'm interested in having a 9-year-old and a 1-year-old. And that's a great question as well. When I started YouTube, my daughter was 9 years old. She is now 14. And it actually is just however you view it to be. I raised my daughter the way that I wished that I could be raised, as far as like where social media is concerned, where, you know, putting things out there is, you have to be careful. So I think that I set kind of like an example as far as like making a YouTube channel and discussing topics and, you know, sometimes even the more harder things, dealing with bullies, dealing with trolls, dealing with negative comments, you know, dealing with everything. I think it's kind of important to show your children how you deal with them. And I've had my daughter on my channel several times. You know, I think you can make it a fun thing with your child. I think you can involve your child if you feel comfortable in doing so, if they feel comfortable in doing so. I know my daughter, she has her moments where she doesn't want to be seen, and then there are videos where we've done tastings and, you know, challenges, and like we've even done like a bullying video together, because I want to show her that you don't have to run and hide, that it's important to, you know, speak about things and to talk about things and to be shown and to show who you are. And so therefore I find it to be challenging, but I find it to be really rewarding as well. So that would be my answer on that. All right, a few more, guys, as far as questions are concerned. Okay, there's a lot of these questions. Okay, my question is, okay, so this is from Nash Mahboob, and I'm hoping that I said that correctly, but I'll just say Nash. My question is, how do you deal with negativity around you or on YouTube? Well, again, tying into what I just said about ignoring trolls, blocking, you know, kind of looking at your comments before you publish them. How do I deal with negativity in real life? That's a great question. It's hard. Sometimes I have to put myself into a different perspective. Sometimes I have to talk myself into basically not really paying so much attention to all negative things that go on, especially in my real life. Sometimes I use distraction. I'll use music. I'll use, you know, walking. I'll use, you know, sometimes I just vent out things depending on who's around, or I'll make a video about it. It's different. You know, it depends on what your favorite outlets are, what your, you know, things that make you happy. I say try and do as much positive as you possibly can. I know it's difficult sometimes. We all, you know, like to give advice and like to give suggestions, but everybody's different. Not everybody is going to have the same method of getting out of negativity. But for me, normally it's music. Normally it's paying attention to what my daughter is doing. Normally it's talking to you guys, or, you know, something of that nature. So that's how I deal with it. Okay. What else? More high end. Okay. What do we got? Oh, okay. This is from Sophia. This is a makeup question. She says, if you only had to choose 3 ride or die brushes, which would they be? Oh, okay. Well, I have brushes that I use constantly, and I'm talking since I've been on YouTube. I have my Sephora, there's that pink Sephora brush that I always use. I don't know the number. Maybe I'll put the numbers up when I do this, when I do the editing on this video. I can't talk. I have that. I love that brush. I constantly use it for contouring, for blush, that kind of a thing. Let's see, what else? I have a couple of Morphe eye brushes I really do like. I have some from Durarime right now that are really great. Zose. Those brushes I love. And I know that a lot of these names are not going to be familiar to you guys. Like, I'm not saying the Sigma. I'm not saying the Sedona Lace. I'm not saying the Real Techniques. I have a bunch of Real Techniques that I like as well. I had a really big Real Techniques blush brush that I really loved. But it's hard to say because I use a lot of different types of brushes here and there. But I stick to the ones that I've always used. So it's my Sephora, I would say probably some of the Morphe eye brushes that I use now. and the Zose. Those are my three, I would definitely say. Okay. Giveaway, blah, 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 da, da. Okay. What motivates you to do a YouTube channel, guys? You keep asking the same question. I want to get a really good one before I end this. This is from Tiffany. She says, do you like your YouTube work like it is right now, or would you like to be really big? You are super humble. Thank you. And I love your work as it is now. You know, when you start out YouTube, you have all of these big dreams and aspirations in mind. And I think mainly what happens is when you start out, you have a vision or you have a way that you wish it would go. And then sometimes it goes a completely different way. For me, I didn't have any kind of real vision. The only thing I wanted was for people to pay attention and for people to get me, so to speak. And I don't think that I would change much. I think I like my work the way it is now. I would tweak a few things. Obviously, you know, if I had all the money in the world, I would get all the greatest lighting, all the greatest cameras, and I probably would screw it up anyway because technology, cameras, those types of things. Sorry, guys, I had to get something to drink because my throat was going dry. Woo! Okay. I would probably want to have all of those things, but still kind of struggle with them. I don't know. I think I really do enjoy the fact that I have what I have now. And there are, of course, aspirations to be bigger, but not to the point of like the Manny MUAs, the Jaclyn Hills, or, you know, any of those things, because that probably would just throw me off. And you would have to keep that up all the time. And I'm a mom, and I'm also just somebody that would like to do more than I do in life. So kind of just sitting here and making videos is great, and I love it, but I want to do more proactive things. So if it meant that my channel could do bigger and better things like in life, like proactively, like where I'm helping people, then definitely. But if it's just meaning that I get more products, which is great, or trips or anything of that nature, like that's not necessary to me. I mean, it's great if those opportunities arise, but it's not really necessary. So I think I would probably be in the middle somewhere. Like, yes, I love my work as it is now. Would I like to see it go anywhere bigger? Yes, but not the way that you would expect. So I hope that's a good enough answer. Okay. Last question. Okay, great. This is a makeup question. I will answer this because I love this question. This is from Tanya Lynn. She says, what is one of your holy grail? Can't live without mascara, coming from a fellow mascara junkie. Thank you, mascara junkie, for bringing that up. Oh my God, holy grail, holy grail, holy grail. There's so many that I've loved throughout the years. And I used to say NYC City Curl. That was like my $2.99 go-to. I started, you know, using that like when I started my channel. I loved it. I talked about it so many times. And then throughout the years, I've had many more that were like, oh my God, this is so great. I love it. If I had to say now, it's hard. I really love the Tarte Proteast. I love Maybelline. There are some that I hate with Maybelline. There are some that I love. I love the Rocket. I love Lash Sensation. And then there are the Colossal ones I didn't like at all. You know, they all have some great ones. Catrice is great. The Glam Doll one is wonderful. I love that. That's like my favorite right now. L'Oreal has a bunch of different ones. It's hard to say holy grail, holy grail. I would probably throw in the Benefit Roller Lash because that has been one that I can say consistently that I really, really love that mascara. As far as high-end is concerned, I really adore that mascara. And I probably would go with my tried and true, my NYC City Curl. I know they're not these wonderful mascaras that I'm throwing out there, but I'm a very simple girl, and I've gone through a lot of mascaras, so it's kind of hard to say. All right, guys, that is it for this Q&A. Woof-ah! That was like, you know, really deep in there. But I really enjoy doing these types of videos, and I will do another one, mainly maybe just talking about makeup or maybe more of the questions that you guys threw out there. And I really want to thank you all for entering. Thank you all so much for giving me such great questions. And thank you all for your support and for your consistent love. And I see your comments all the time. And I really just want to let you guys know that I do see them. And that sometimes I don't get to them. Not because I don't want to, but because, you know, sometimes I'm in my own head. But I do promise that I will get back to you you know, more frequently than I have. And so anyway, therefore, our winner will be announced on Tuesday. So make sure that you watch the Tuesday video, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.